You've got it tuned to KEXP. We are listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, streaming worldwide at kexp.org. I'm Cheryl Waters down here in the KEXP studios with Hibou. Welcome.
Thank you.
So great to have you back. I'm so excited about the new album, Have. That's a tough one. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Thanks. It keeps me on my toes. Makes me think, clear-headed. I'm excited to hear new songs from that. Want to take it away?
Absolutely.
You're listening to Hibou live in the KEXP studios, a new album out on Barsuk Records called Have.
All right. Clarity.
so nice. It's Hibou live on KEXP. Peter, you've created another beautiful, lush record. It's got those dreamy melodies and shimmering guitars. I've been playing it a ton on KEXP since it came out a few weeks ago. And actually, I never realized how difficult it was to say that word have, which I know what it means. Maybe I read it mostly, but saying it so often on the air makes me realize how seldom I actually say it in real life. And tell me about the title of the record, what that meant for you.
Sure. I mean, yeah, the title "Have" comes from the theme of the record, which is a lot about division and division about a lot of things, you know, whether it's childhood to adulthood or mind through body, kind of like mental health issues that I've spoken about previously. It kind of just, tries to tackle the division of everything that I've experienced, and I think that most people experience as well.
Speaking of the division, your last album, Something Familiar, only came out a year ago, and I heard that you approached the recording of this record completely differently than you did the last record. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. Well, with Something Familiar, you know, I really wanted to go into the studio and have it be a full band experience, and that was fun. I'm really glad that I did that, and those songs, I think, were written and crafted for that. But I did miss, you know, chipping away at songs for hours and hours and hours in my bedroom and kind of not having to worry about, like being on anybody else's clock or anything. I think that's how I work best, is just being able to stay up until like 5 a.m, zooming in on a millisecond of a sound bite, and just being able to spend meticulous hours doing that. And so that's what I did with this record, with Have, and it's definitely, like, I feel like the most personal creation that I've ever made.
What's it about for you?
In terms of, what do you mean?
Lyrically?
Lyrically, yeah. I mean, lyrically, it's just, it's really, I feel like all the songs are very introspective, but hopefully people can grasp onto them. I think that a lot of the lyrics are kind of, colorful and up for interpretation. And so the main theme, I think, with this record, more than the last one, was to have people relate to it a little more than just talking about purely personal things.
You have been open about your mental health issues for many years, and more artists are doing that now, and KEXP has actually been opening that as a discussion with our listeners, and mostly to let people know that many others have similar feelings, but most importantly, to let them know that they're not alone. And music can really help a lot, and it seems like you've found that as well. Do you find that connection when you talk to fans and people? Are they really connecting with that message? Yeah,
absolutely. That's honestly the best part of it, is when I get messages and receive, things from people that listen and say that it's helped them in some way. I know for me, a lot of my favorite musicians and artists that I've looked up to have gotten me through a lot of stuff. So to be able to kind of try to flip the script and be the one doing that for other people is pretty amazing for me.
What's it been like to be on this tour? I know that right a couple days before the album came out in July, you had a show here in Seattle, and then you've really done a big loop across the country. Run up the East Coast, down south, and up the West Coast. And in fact, I think you had your final show on this tour last night. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, last night we played in Portland. But yeah, we've been out for about a month now, and it's been awesome. All the shows have been really fun. We've been touring in my Toyota Corolla because we got scammed by a van rental company.
Oh, no.
Rentalcars.com. and so it's been a little tricky.
That's cozy. Yeah,
it's been cozy. But through the generosity of all the bands that we've played with, we were able to backline and borrow gear throughout the whole thing. And so we made it work, and now we're home. And it feels like an accomplishment, yeah.
And I know that you have an enchantment with Discovery Park, which is a park that I'm super fond of as well. I spend a lot of time there, and that theme came up early in your career, and I read a review of this record where someone maybe mistakenly said you actually recorded part of the record in Discovery Park. Was that?
Not recorded, but wrote. Yeah.
Oh, okay, wrote. I was gonna ask, how exactly did that work?
I definitely went there a lot, and would sit and just find like little patches of grass that ended up being covered with spit bugs and stuff. So it was fun, and a lot of it was written there, and then I went to my parents' house to record it all.
What is it about Discovery Park that you love so much?
I it's very hard to explain, but it's like one of the most magical places to me. I don't know how much I believe in like the energy of places. We were talking about this yesterday, but if that is one of those places where, as soon as I step into it, it's kind of like I leave everything that I worry about behind, and I can just kind of be there. And there's so much to it. There's like different realms, There's like the wood realm and the fields and the sand dunes down to the beach. It's it's just a little bit of everything there.
I feel exactly the same way. I spend a lot of time there, and I find it hard to explain. So that's why I asked you. I was going to see what you said.
Yeah.
Make it easier when people ask me why I love it so much. Well, the new album called Hav, it's from Hibou and out on Barsuk Records on July 26th, and which has passed. It's already out now. Go out and get it. And are you playing a show this Saturday at Pier 58?
Well, we plan on Sunday at Pier 58,
Okay.
yeah.
The Big Flip Fest?
Big Flip, yeah, which I actually booked with Charlie from Chop Suey, so it's going to be fun.
Come on out and see Hibou. Always a fun band to see live, and we've still got a couple more tracks. You're listening to new songs from Hibou live on KEXP. I love that one. Inside Illumination from Hibou comes from the new record Hub out on Barsuk Records. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
And go out to Pier 58 this weekend. Free all ages, we should mention. Great lineup at the Big Flip Festival. Hibou is going to be headlining on Sunday. Spirit Awards playing, and Sloucher, Joe Pass, Beverly Crusher, and tons of other great bands. Should be a fun weekend.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for coming in. It's always fun to have you here. You've got it tuned to KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.